Well, it is finally a victory for the Jaguars. It has been a long road getting here, but here to tell us about what we got the W is News4Jax sportscaster Alessandra Pontbriand. Good morning, Alessandra.
Good morning. I know our first victory Monday for the 24th season.
It
That's
is
so
it's a
fun.
big day.
It is a big day. It's a good day. So I hope everyone has a good day before and stay safe for this hurricane coming. But yeah, big day for the Jaguars. Finally, they get the win. They've been searching for it for 5 weeks now. Yeah, 5 weeks now, and they finally get it. I bet the Jaguars are going to beat the Colts. So I'm happy that my record for like my picks record increases too.
Yeah. Well, I've been like very Nostradamus on this whole thing. I'm 5 for 5 on picking who's going to
Good for
win.
you.
Yeah.
You need to come over. Maybe you need to join the sports team at News4Jax.
Yeah, that's definitely what they want. I'd be a huge asset. So they won yesterday, not really by much, right?
No.
37,
Yeah.
34. And so more of a squeaker than they would have liked. But psychologically, I guess it makes a big difference for the players.
Huge, huge. And Cam Little's 49-yard field goal at the end of the game is what sealed the deal for them. So, which is huge from that kid. 49 yards. He's a rookie. I think he's 9 for 10 for field goals this year. I think it was 9 for 10, perfect on all of his extra points, I believe. So he's a really bright spot for the Jaguars, and it came down, of course, to the final 3 minutes. Like again, in the Texans, it came down to the final 3 minutes, and then they came and scored, and the Jaguars lost. But this time, the Jaguars are victorious. I'm so happy that didn't go into overtime, partly because I was shooting. And after 3 hours of shooting a football game, you are just exhausted and want to get off your feet. But also because, the Jaguars, they needed the win. I'm happy it didn't go into overtime for them because who knows, Joe Flacco's a really good veteran quarterback. He could have led a touchdown drive. And let's, look at how they performed in the fourth quarter. 24 points or they scored 24 points in the second half. So could the defense hold them in overtime? I think they could have, but you don't want to take those chances, right? You'd rather just win when the game ends. So huge game for the Jaguars. A lot of positives, especially for the offense. I think it was Tank Bigsby. I asked one of the offensive players after the game, and I think it was Tank Bigsby. Is this the type of offense that you guys want to show each week? Is this what the Jaguars offense should look like with all the explosive plays, the explosive runs, especially from Tank Bigsby? And he said, yeah, definitely. This is the Jaguars offense that they've just been waiting to click. And now we finally saw it at home against an AFC South opponent. So this is huge. This was a big, big win for the Jaguars.
And great relief for Coach Doug Peterson.
Yeah.
Apparently, he was making sort of a snide comment to the reporters about you can stay off my tail now for a week or at least.
Yeah, and you know what? You're right. Good for you. Like you get to wake up with a smile on your face and not have, us annoying you with angry questions about what's going wrong. Now we can talk about what's going right. But listen, that's our job, and he gets it. He's an old school head coach. He understands. Yeah, but now you kind of don't have the pressure. I feel like they're like the Florida Gators, kind of like the Florida Gators right now are 3-2. And so they kind of have a little bit pressure off of them. Even though, that probably is going to end with a firing, but I digress. But talking
Oh
about the
boy.
Jaguars, I don't think Doug Peterson is going to get fired. Obviously not this season. Obviously they're very different than the Gators, but I digress. Yeah, the offense looked great. The defense looked good. The 24 points given up in the second half, definitely concerning. That can happen against a really good team. You would have lost that game if you were the Jaguars. But yeah, I mean, Tank Bigsby, what a game for him. I'm so happy for him. He is such a good kid. Last year it didn't go the way he wanted it. He talked about that after the game, that he didn't like his performance as a rookie. But, being a running back, a rookie, that's a really hard task. But yesterday, he just lit up the field, and I'm so happy that he got that and showcased just what he can bring to the Jaguars. Travis Etienne is a phenomenal running back. He's a starter, obviously. But Tank brings a different element, and I think we got to see that yesterday.
So, what are the chances of a turnaround on this season? I mean, we are now, we've got a win. We're celebrating it like it's a huge deal. But in the grand scheme of things, how does the rest of their season look in terms of the challenges ahead?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to London for 2 weeks. So they'll play the Bears on this Sunday. 9:30 a.m. is going to be the game time, just because of obviously, the change of time. What's it called? The time
Difference?
difference. Yeah, there you go. So I'm just waking up still. It's so funny that you say that because Jamal talked about this during the Sunday Sports Zone. He was like, either this can be one win and then, they go on and just keep losing, or this could be one win that changes the entire season. I think there's only like out of 105 teams, only one of them started 0-4 and made the playoffs. So maybe the Jaguars can be the second team to do that. But who knows? I think this is good momentum. This is kind of a sigh of relief for them. That's what it seemed like after the game in the locker room. Obviously, morale was high. He just won. But I think that, hopefully this can spark them. This is the same time last year when they started their 8-3, run. And then obviously it didn't go well at the end. But this was the time right before London when they sparked that winning streak. So hopefully that can continue.
And they seem to have fun in London. So
I hope.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, News4Jax sportscaster Alessandra Pontbriand, thanks for being here as you are each Monday to give us the lowdown.
Yeah, thanks, guys.